Alright. These record player videos seem to be kind of popular. I need to make videos. Oh, it's not even in frame. How about another record player? So, what we have here is a GE Wildcat. This is a record player that I've acquired from my church, since they weren't using it anymore. I think I can zoom out now. I believe it's one of the later ones, since it's in the more basic looking font, because I believe the older ones had that in like a cursive font. Here's the record changer. Needs greased pretty badly. Tone arm needs grease too. Here's your speeds. There's not size selector switch. Volume control. For some reason the balance was all the way to the right. Tone. And it doesn't take you too long until we realize what's wrong. Yeah, we tried to test this there, but we couldn't because the switch was busted off. And I feel like it's been that way for a long time, since it's not even rattling around here in the unit. I guess that's where the 45 adapter was. I do know what the 45 adapter for these look like. It's pretty much just a hunk of plastic. It doesn't really matter all that much though. I would say we still have a needle, but then I would be lying. The needle's been broken off. I do have an extra one of these cartridges here. It has a needle on it, but I think it's dull. That's if this one turns out to be bad, which I hope it isn't, because I mean, changing these is pretty easy, but I don't want to deal with broken wires. So there's an overview of the outside. You got your speakers. This thing probably hasn't been used since probably the late 80s, I would assume. So, yeah. Let's get into it. So I've never taken one of these apart before. Never actually seen one of these in real life before. But I'm assuming it's just these, you got these 4 screws here, so we'll just start with them. And I can tell this thing's never been taken apart. Some coarse threads. That's a big screw. Yeah. Probably the first one to be inside of this. Honestly, this thing probably has barely any use on it, since it came out of a church. They only had a handful of records at best. And we'll pause this and then we'll get it open. Alright, all the screws have been removed, so I have not taken a look inside this yet, so pretty easy. Hey, it's clean. There's no mouse poop. Looks like I've already been in here, judging by the fact how there's duct tape here. Although it's as hard as a rock, so it's probably 25 years old. Over here is our amplifier. Is it even in frame? Yeah. And over here is our amplifier. There's the changer. This is very similar to the last one of these I worked on. Not this, but very similar to the last GE record player I worked on. Here you get access to the switch. Figure that out. Probably have to 3D print one, since very unlikely I'm going to get new parts for this. Motor spins. Anything else I can say? Feels like it has a little bit of grease on it. Now my guess is that there's nothing wrong with the amplifier, and the only reason this doesn't work is because of this switch. So, see if I can get it to click to the on position. Oh, I think I see why it broke. Oh, I got it. So, here we go for a smoke test. Where's the cord? Here it is. Oh. Hold on a minute. Here's the plug to our very sticky cord. Here's my extension cable. Now we're just going to do a live smoke test. Well, see if we have any activity on the cartridge. Doesn't sound like it. Amplifier works, which I expected it to. This might be a lot easier than I thought. Well, let me try to find an audio source, maybe on my iPod or something. Alright, so my iPod is hooked up. Where's the plug? I think I dropped it. Oh, it's over here. Plug it back in. And it just turned itself off. So click it back on. There, it's a song. Dirty controls as I expected. Bad alligator clip like I expected. Oh, there goes my ground. Alright, so I'm going to pause this. Alright, so now that I know the general idea of this record player works fine. Oops, I only want that to pause. It's got very dirty controls. Right? Most likely need to lubricate this. This bar is bent. I don't know how you even bend that. Well, it's a little better. I got to take it apart and bend it right, but yeah, it's been pushed down on. This is just like the last one, and this needs lubricated because it just springs back to the resting position. So needs work, but I'm glad to hear the amplifier works out of both speakers. Still need to figure out a solution to this. I'm probably gonna 3D print something and hope that works. I mean, very unlikely I can get a new part for this, or a new switch there, but this is a good start. So see if I can find some oil and grease to lubricate this thing a little bit. I'll be right back. I guess we can start with lubricating the cleaning the volume control and all those volume balance and tone controls, and not let my iPod fall on the floor. Just unplug the cable. I don't need it anymore. So you can see I took out the changer. We don't really need that in here. 2 1/4-inch bits should remove that. Let me go get a screw one of those screwdrivers if I can talk today. Let's see if just this plain screwdriver can get it open. See if I can find the bit. Now that I got my tools spilt all over the garage, I think that fits. Yep, it does. This should give me better access to the amplifier's volume controls, because they need cleaned, like I said. These are pretty long screws, actually. Okay, there it is. And there's our amplifier. Looks like they're all on this side. I'm going to have to see if I can get my cleaner in there. I might not be able to record it for you guys, unfortunately. Check out these knobs. Look at how they're square. Never seen that before. So I wanted to show that because it's like, usually they're ribbed with a slot in the middle, or round with a flat spot so that it only goes on one way. Never seen them square before. Alright, now that I hopefully got all the electronics cleaner in there, I hopefully got the electronics cleaner in all three of them. I know I definitely got it in the volume control. Balance control is hard to get to. I would have removed this faceplate, but I don't have a tool that can get around the potentiometers to loosen their bolts, so this will have to do. So pop it back together and hope for the best. Alright, so I'm back. See if I can aim this down so you can kind of see it. You just barely see the screen on the camera. I got oil and grease, because this thing needs it. Hope I can do that. Don't worry guys, it has no needle on it, so don't be concerned. Gear grease should work. So probably clean some of this off, but actually, you know what? I don't even know if it needs it. That feels okay. No dent in that. I'm actually surprised. I'm not going to use that. So I want to put a couple drops in the motor if I can. Sorry if you can't see it. Can't really get to it that good. I need to lubricate the tone arm. Where that came from. Feels like it's got a spring on it. If I lubricate that, that's just sticking a little bit. It's doing quite a bit better now. Maybe I need to have it on before it'll let you. Yep, that makes sense. Work that part a little bit. That seems to be doing a little bit better. There's like no resistance that way. Now I do need to take the bend out of this. Don't want to break it though. I don't know if I have to worry about that too much though. Might be good enough. So put it back together. Connect everything back up. I know this might have not been what everybody would have considered a clean and lube, but I don't restore things per se. I usually just get them working again. I do have a restoration in mind, something I'm actually serious about restoring. Alright, I need your advice. I need you guys' advice. How would I fix this? Because like, I'm pretty sure I can't get a new part anymore. 3D printing's an option, but then that question arises, how will I 3D print this? Because it's like, it's going to have stress on it. I don't want it to break in a day. It's like, I do like using my record players quite a bit actually. Especially when they're convenient ones like this. You can just open it up and open up the lid and start playing your records. Yeah, I end up using this quite a bit. And I don't want this to break on me. So, what would your advice be on printing one of those out with a 3D printer? Open to suggestions. Alright, so I got a needle. I don't know if it's any good or not. I don't think it is. But it at least tracks records, so we'll be able to hear if it works. I mean, it's better than what's on here, because the one that's on here is just gone. It's been snapped off. And there it goes into oblivion. Don't want to do the same to this. No, this cartridge looks weird to me. Not how I'd expect it to look. Unless it's got an extra thingy in it. And if it's bad, I can always put another one in. I've got extras. Since I've worked on one of these before. Almost in there. There we go. There, it's in there. So let me go look for a record. Can't play too much of it, of course, because pretty much all records are copyrighted. Alright, this could be a world record on who can get a copyright strike the fastest. Shoot, I didn't check if this was on already. Alright, there we go. So it's on. I'm going to plug it in here and see if it tracks a record. If it does, that'd be actually pretty good. Oh, you silly goose. Well, it's tracking the record. Can't play too much of this. Great job, guys. It's okay, this record didn't come with a sleeve. Looks like it does need adjustment. You're supposed to click off. Oh well. Needs work. And needs plastic bits, so... Well, I guess I better end this video. Thanks for watching. Not a whole lot wrong with this other than mechanical stuff. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Oh, and it's gross. I need to wipe it with a disinfectant wipe, or many of them, maybe the whole thing. It's pretty gross. Anyway, thanks for watching. More to come later.